Yeah, but let's maybe play one more. Which one?
Okay.
Any ideas?
Anything.
Yeah, that's
3,
a good.
2, 1, go.
Maybe we listen to not complete Eternal Dance, Dance of Eternity. Dance of Eternity? That's
The
someone else.
Elemental Dance.
The Elemental Dance. Oh God,
of
I gotta
wrote
go
this
to
song?
bed.
The Dance of Eternal Time, because it's like time literally stops with that song.
Yeah, so maybe we can hop in somewhere there so that Andy can hear his part as well there. Because
exactly.
I think he
is
never
it in
heard
the
that.
song?
It's in the second half. Maybe we can start at around 10-11 minutes with the instrumental break.
Yeah, let's start with the instrumental break.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's right. And that's the second half of the song, right?
Yeah, right.
We missed
Sounds
the
like-
first 11 minutes.
Sounds like 2 or 3 songs already. It's the first and biggest mistake is that when we first spoke about the second album, he said, this time it's only 6 songs. I said, oh, no, he said, this time it's 6 songs. And I said, oh, only 6 songs. And he said, well, not quite.
It's technically true.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could tear apart one song and build a whole album out of it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
6 albums, basically, yeah.
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 No,
but
it's great. Sounds
again,
great, man.
awesome voice work from both of you. Blends again.
Thank you.
It's teamwork.
Well.
Yeah,
It is teamwork. Yeah.
And to prove that, I think that's the song, the last song. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marcell, but that was the last song that we came back to for some revisioning parts, because basically, again, with the growl vocals and the lead vocals, it was kind of something. I was saying something different or something, and we were trying to match the right word or whatever. So yeah. Definitely teamwork.
we had some hiccups there, and I recall we ended up with me singing into WhatsApp some drafts and sent them to George to make sense out of it.
Which is why it sounds so good in the final result. I had him as a
It is
guide.
actually Marcel's WhatsApp audio.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the effect. You know how you put your plugins in there.
Exactly.
Somewhere in there, there's Marcell WhatsApp recording.
Yeah.
No,
and
but
Vinny,
again,
how was it for you? Oh, sorry, George.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Again, the drums. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, in how many parts did you have to split that thing to get through somehow?
Ele perguntou, o que o Björn perguntou?
Em quantas partes você precisou cortar para entender ali onde você estava, para se situar e para gravar?
Todas as partes.
In how many lives, basically?
Yeah.
Cara, essa foi uma das mais difíceis para gravar. E é engraçado, porque quando... O mérito, na verdade, é sempre de quem compõe, né? Nem tanto de quem grava, porque quando você grava, você tá só reproduzindo o que outra pessoa já escreveu. Então, eu admiro muito o jeito do Marcell escrever, dele compor, porque o que eu fiz foi só replicar o que ele fez e colocar a minha identidade. Mas o mérito maior é dele. Essa é a primeira parte, pode falar.
So, first of all, very important is that the merit, this is Vinny's options, okay? It might be debatable, but this is his thoughts. The merit is all with the person who came up with the idea in the first place, with the arrangement. When you have a drum, that was previously written and with all the coordinations and instructions ready for somebody else to record it according to Vinny, there is no merit for the drummer, which I disagree. Because it's me talking it right now. But, and based on that, Vinny enjoys so much the thought process that Marcell has with coming up with drum parts. So that song was really hard. It was one of the most difficult songs there was for him to record, and he had to chop up several parts in order for him to get around all the sections. And that's the first topic. Vinny, por favor, pode seguir.
Tá, e o que foi que ele... ele perguntou quantas partes, né?
Uhum.
Eu tive que dividir. Tá, eu lembro que quando eu fui gravar essa música, essa foi a última que eu gravei, que eu fui pro estúdio só pra gravar ela. Então, Tell the Moon, Alter Ego, eu gravei as duas no mesmo dia. Cabin in the Woods, eu gravei em um dia também. Foi bem tranquilo. Aliás, gravei ela e mais uma. Ela e Teeny Miracles, gravei também junto. Só que essa daí eu tive que separar um dia só pra gravá-la inteira. Então foram, acho que 5 não, 5 não. Foram 4 horas de estúdio pra eu conseguir gravar essa música parte por parte. Aí vai um detalhe também, porque embora eu tenha seja muito mais fácil a gente gravar bateria eletrônica, eu ainda prefiro e me sinto muito mais à vontade gravando na bateria acústica. Não que seja mais fácil, pra mim foi tão difícil quanto gravar
Uhum.
na eletrônica quanto na acústica, mas, enfim, dos 2 jeitos foram difícil, foi muito difícil.
Então você gravou em acústica também.
Não, tudo na eletrônica.
Interesting. This song in particular, it was one of the hardest ones for him to record. He had to go to the studio specifically for the song for God only knows how many hours in this case. And there is this particular challenge that Vinny has when recording a song, which is using e-kits, electronic drums, versus real drums. So he's used to recording drums in real kits in Brazil with all the projects that he's used to working with. And adjusting, once again, all the resources, e-kits available versus his time, versus studio time and everything. So he had to manage quite strategically all these aspects for him to record. And he's really happy with the results.
That's good. I mean, but I can imagine that it's quite tough to do recordings on a MIDI drum kit. I mean, I'm not a drummer, but I just tried to play around a bit on MIDI kits, and they feel vastly different than an acoustic drum kit. And you don't have the same response, and you don't get the same feel out of it, even though they are pretty good. Yeah, but for me, it was, I mean, if I can't engineer the drums, it's the safest bet to get the MIDI, because
Of
then you have
course.
all the options in the end.
Of course.
But I feel the pain. I can imagine that's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah. And I was really surprised when Vinny recorded the track and I asked him how it went. He said, yeah, that was the second hardest song I ever had to record.
And
Yeah.
just adding something regarding Vinny, he works with several different artists in several different genres. Metal, not as much in Brazil. So he is really he has to be strategic with his timing, and his resources, and his schedules and everything. So it's incredible what he could do, and how we can deliver such good products and services and with this quality.
Yeah.
Since there are so many different challenges to handle. So yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
I mean, all the process of talking about the drum parts, getting them recorded, it was a bunch of weeks. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 or 7 weeks. And if we compare this to the vocal recording, I mean, George, you had that bold plan at first to record the album between Christmas and Sylvester. And then we had
Nice
to add,
try, man.
we had to add another 8 months or something after that.
No, but I'll say the isolated times of recording in itself, it was quite fast, but it's the puzzle piece putting
the back and
thing
forth,
was the work. Like the rest of it is kind of, once it's all laid out, it's like, oh, this is what I have to do. Let's go. So that was the trying to pick up the pace there to make up for the time, But I have to say one thing to Andy, because we were talking about the vocals before, and in this song there's the first part and then there's the second part, which technically I sing kind of the same, but he's actually underneath and he's doing all of the growl stuff. So it's like, again, listening back, it's like you see how helpless I am in the first part, and then as soon as you come underneath for that second one, it's like, I can finally rest. Even the performance changes because I know that I have this backdrop, in a sense. So it's so much help to actually have that, and it's the play between the, I guess, like suggestion response, you would say, Marcell. I don't know how you would place that, like as a recording thing, like when you what you haven't had in mind, I guess, right? When is asking something and then there's a response and there's a back and forth thing. So yeah, like without, I mean, if I were to do, of course, with clean stuff, like the same thing, let's say for the underneath part, it'll be so much weaker than what it is out there now. And it shows that when his vocals come and they both merge together, it's like a whole different beast. It's like a Transformers thing, like compared to my first part, you know, which
It's such a boost in that moment.
yeah, but as good as it might be, it's just kind of not enough, and you can tell when they both come together. It's like that's what I was looking for to hear, you know. So yeah, it's all that again. It's that everyone's piece is like making making it as good as it sounds in the end of things. So yeah, like that's my way of saying props to everyone. But anyway,
I mean,
guys,
for my taste, we could have more of this Andy George thing on number 3. But you got to go, George.
I guess the recording thing. Yeah. No, I guess the recording thing as well. I mean, writing thing with Marcell. Like this is up to him to how he's gonna. I mean, don't give him ideas. I would say for a start, because that would end up being next time he might say, "Oh, it's only 4 songs this time. Only like it's 30 minutes long for each. So not fun for the drums. Not fun for basically not fun for anyone, especially you. So be careful what you wish for. You know.
I mean, I know what I signed up for. That's fine. I'm prepared for craziness.
We've said the same thing both times, you know, but every time it's just getting more
worse.
difficult.
I know.
So, sorry to break it up, but I really have to go. But first of all, thanks to everyone, man. Like you're making it sound like, if anything, again, taking one element and putting it out just as it is, it makes no sense. So technically, it's like every building block is like needed, I guess, for all this to sound good. So yeah,
definitely,
great job, man. And again, I could comment all day about each and every part, but you know how freaking difficult this whole thing is. So you don't need me to say for all this to be done right, how much work is needed, you know. And by the sound of it, I think it's good. It's really, really good. So yeah, props to all again. And again, it's like waiting for the physical or whatever. I don't know if you're gonna do physical this time, but I'm saying like waiting for something, at least something to see. So because otherwise it's like a bad dream, you know, like something that happened in the past and it's like it's never materializing. It's even worse. It's like you could play back in your dreams every now and then, and you could have nightmares about it and everything. So at least when it's all together and you have it, it's like you can put it there, you know, and never look at it again or something.
You will all be able to hold it in your hands and actually realize the nightmare became true.
Yeah, but at least you can hide it away and then never look at it again.
You can burn it if you want to. You can
burn it in your garden. Yeah,
full circle.
Might be appropriate.